I want to talk about how I am sustaining myself since I'm unemployed, right? So, ever since last year, when I got laid off, I got the severance package from my last company. So, that's been, that just goes into my savings. So, of course, I have some savings. Um, and, I was looking for a job for a little bit, but kind of just like soft looking. Wasn't really active in looking because just at that time it was like going through the holidays, and then it was usually kind of like a slower period. And I always wanted to, try to work on something for myself, right? And that's what I'm trying to do, to become a solopreneur, building this content stuff on my Instagram channel, recording this kind of videos to hold myself accountable. Um, so that's what I've been doing, and at the same time, and educating myself about the investment market. Trying to trying to trade, make wise investment decisions, which some of them have turned out pretty well. Some of them did not. So, am I looking for a job right now? Not really, because I feel like, as I said in the last video, the market is pretty cooked. Um, I just see so many people like laid off left and right, including my friends, and I am not very optimistic about the future, right? So I feel like if I put all of my effort right now into looking for a job, applying for a job, and hope if I get lucky that I would get an interview, and if I have any chance to proceed into the last round and get an offer, that would take a lot of my time away from doing what I'm trying to build here, right? And even if I happen to have a job, I would just even though if I would be lucky enough to get a job, after sorting through all of these candidates, all of these applicants, I'm the lucky one, and I feel like I'll be competing with AI, right? Within the 1 to 2 year time frame, and that would be putting my job at risk again, and if it's not already at risk. So I would be constantly worried about getting laid off. I would be, kind of just feel a lot of pressure once I have a job. So why not, put all my effort right now into building something that can actually last, right? So that's what that's what my thought process is really, and you know, how am I sustaining myself at the moment? So I try to live below my means, right? So I don't really go out. I just have like my rent. I do have a mortgage that in the US that I do share with some family members. And I some ways that I do generate income, I post it on my Instagram. I use some investments like putting money into STRC that gives me 11.5% every month. I sell cover calls to generate some income. I some of my investments has done pretty well, so that, I mean, that's, I'm just holding that for a long term. I don't plan on selling that anytime soon. And yeah, these are some of the stuff that I'm doing on the investment end. Um, on the solopreneur end, I am planning to start. I'm available for coaching. I am working on some digital product that I want to kind of put it into my digital shop. Um, that's still TBD, right? I'm still That's something that I'm still working on. Um, but I think right now I want to focus on creating more content to gain more followers, and then that hopefully that can turn into some revenue or streams of income for me. So that's I think I don't expect anything quick, but this is just my thinking right now. I think it's unconventional, um, but and it could be risky, but I think in the long run it's gonna be beneficial for me, and I think this is just something that everybody needs to work on. Uh, whether you are currently employed or not, um, I think it it's everybody just needs to have a brand for themselves, and be able to generate income without their job as their main source of income, and that's how you escape the rat race. So this is my plan and my thoughts, and yeah, hopefully it works out well. Let's see. I'm hoping for the best.